Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy evening to be here with us tonight. I hope you're settled in, that you're comfortable and able to just relax and receive tonight, whether that's with a warm cup of coffee or some hot chocolate, your favorite blanket, or simply a quiet moment after a long day. My name is Celeste Kidd, and my husband and I live right here in South Carolina. And we've been on this LifeWave journey together since July of last year. And we are truly, truly grateful for the opportunity to share the space with you this evening. And on this evening, we got something special for you. We have several testimonies that we're going to be hearing about the miraculous benefits of the X39 patch that we have been all sampling. We've all been getting the benefits of and have been sharing with others. And that's pretty much going to be the night, a night of testimonials, a night of experience, of personal journeys that are very meaningful and impactful, that will be meaningful and impactful to all of us. And this is something that my husband and I have been walking through prayerfully. And we were introduced to the LifeWave patch by someone that we deeply trust and have come to respect, our senior partner, Mrs. Susie Faltz. So her heart for people, her steady leadership, and authenticity are a big part of why we're here today. And so a little bit later, I may share my testimony. We have time, or if not, maybe the next time. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Susie. I just want to acknowledge again and thank her for the example that she sets and the lives that she continues to touch. At this time, I'm just going to feel honored and go ahead and turn it over to Susie as we begin sharing testimonies for this evening. Susie.
Well, thank you, Celeste. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. You are yourself a woman of God, and I truly am grateful for you for saying yes. And I truly respect your business ethic, your business integrity. For you and your husband, you have been a blessing to this company, to our team, and you're going to continue to do great things because your leadership shows. And you're like what we call the person who go after what she knows is good for people. So I thank you for allowing me to be your guest presenter tonight. So thank you so much. So tonight, what we're going to hear are amazing testimony about a general wellness technology that has been helping people all around the world, like in over 82 countries. And we have this little star of the show tonight, this little X39 is a general wellness technology that support the people health and they're getting great benefits. And we're going to show you just that of testimonies. These are real people. They're not AI. They're not fake. They're real people giving us their real personal testimony. And you're going to see and hear their real results. So I want you to take copious notes and just sit back and just enjoy. And I pray that something you have seen or heard tonight gonna be a blessing to you, that you will get back to the person that invited you on this call tonight because they thought so much about you. But first I want to just deviate just a little bit. I want to share a little quick testimony, excuse me, a quick video that I want you to, it will help you to understand what LifeWave X39 is all about. 1 second, please.
In a world search for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's Stem cell activation without injections, without pills, your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisatinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom, because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results, income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology. This is the team. And this is your moment. This is it.
Wow. Every time I see that video, it just warms my heart. And it just touches my soul because I know, and like other brand partners on this line, we know what we have our hands on, and we want to share this opportunity with you. So let's get into our testimonial tonight. So the first testimony you will hear, we're going to go to Little Rock, Arkansas. And we have a young lady out there, Miss Kanisha Grande. If I pronounced your name correctly, please. If I
Yes,
did.
ma'am.
We want her to come on and share her testimony of what this wellness technology has done for her, how it has supported her health. So, Miss Kanisha, I'm going to give you the floor right now. Share your beautiful testimony with everyone on the line, please.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kanisha Grandy. I am from Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm 25 years old, and I started with LifeWave maybe May of last year. I started because it was introduced to me, and I ended up having to start using or was introduced with it because who was that? February of last year, I was having I had always had these really, really bad migraines. But this day I was at work sitting at my computer and it seemed like my head was about to explode. And we went to go check my blood pressure. My blood pressure was 200 and something, over 100 and something. And come to find out, we rushed to the hospital and they're like, no, you need to go to the hospital quickly because at this point you're stroke level. And so we get to the hospital and I started to feel like I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. Everything around me seemed like I didn't really recognize where I was at that moment. And so all I remember is hearing them immediately call code stroke. And so by this time, they're rushing me. I just remember hearing a whole bunch of doctors and nurses around me at one time. and they're sending me to a CT, they're sending me to X-ray, doing all this blood draw at one time, and end up, being hospitalized. Come to find out, I had an aneurysm on the left side of my brain. And they said, with your age, like you're 25 years old, you have an aneurysm, no telling how long you've had it at this point. And it was causing, like I said, vision to change and everything. And so I was introduced to this patch, and I was like, I'm not a person that likes to take medication. I feel like I understand why it's there, but I do believe in more holistic ways of doing things. And so it being introduced to this patch, it was like, oh, okay, this is something I would like to try. So I tried it for a couple of days, and I tell you, by the 48th hour, I had no pain, no headache. And I was like, this can't be real. And my energy level changed. I immediately had so much energy. It was just amazing. And so I continued to do it. And I went back to the doctor after my 3 months. I went, I say about 3 to 6 months. And they told me, they said, your aneurysm has shrunk. I said, wow, my God. And the doctor said, I've never seen something like this before. I've never seen anything like this. She said, your aneurysm has literally shrunk. Mind you, it was the size, probably the size of like almost a quarter. And she said, just from all the different tests, they were immediately trying to put me on everything that they could possibly think of, because the biggest fear was for it to burst. That was the biggest fear. And so after being on this patch, I don't have it on me now because it was time to take it off. But after being on it, I normally would wear mine on the back right here, and it shrunk. And I feel a lot better. I feel more energized, because I would feel like really sluggish, really tired normally, lack of energy. And I'm telling you, it has been amazing. And then August of last year, I was able to go ahead and join in. And I went to the conference where I met Miss Susie. That's where I met Miss Susie, at the conference. And I tell you, it's an amazing thing. We have to be activists of our own health. But if we don't take in our health, even myself at the age of 25, at that time, I was 24 years old. And so to even have to be introduced to something so amazing at such a young age, to help myself and my family, I was able to introduce it to my parents, to my grandparents. And so it's really been an amazing thing to even have. So I'm telling you, if you're willing to do it, this is the change. This is the faith step to take, to say, I understand what my doctors are saying. I understand where they're putting me. But if God has placed something that can be even better, why not try it out? We go and try all the medications they want to put us on. So why not try this? So that's it. Thank you so much for letting me share it. I'm telling you now, if you're able to, please, please, please take in and understand that this is a God sent, and that it really works. It really do. And it's so many benefits to it. So thank you so much for letting me share, Miss Susie.
Oh, wow. Nisha, that is amazing. And you're so young and you saw results like 4 days? Oh my God. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is, we have an obligation, like Kadisha said, we have obligations to open up our mouth and share this amazing general wellness technology with the whole world. So I thank you, Kanisha, for sharing. I greatly appreciate you so much. I am so grateful that we met at that conference, because this is what we do. So thank you again. I want to do a disclaimer here, right here. Lifeway does not intend to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any sickness diseases. These testimonies are the testimony of the person that they wanted to share with you all here. So thank you, Kanisha. Appreciate you. Blessings to you, baby. Wow, this is amazing. I'm telling you, we have awesome testimony tonight. So we're gonna keep it going, and we're gonna come down to Virginia, and we're gonna go in the Henrico County area, and we're gonna ask Mr. Wendell and Mrs. Renee Tomlins to come on and share their Lifeway journey with us.
Amen.
Well,
Hey.
good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is have great health. If not, we're going to show you how to get there. Let me tell you something. We were introduced to this patch almost 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And who was introduced to it was my husband, Wendell. He is a 3-time stroke survivor. And I'm going to start off with the things that he was dealing with prior to us being introduced to this little patch right here. He had 3 strokes, had been on medication for stroke, and he continued to have. He had 2 more strokes after that. And that left him, he slurred very badly. So, we've been married 50 years, and I had a hard time hearing and understanding him. He lost his ability to walk any distance. When I say that, I mean, the length of my house was just, he couldn't do that. So, he eventually wound up having to be in a scooter. And because he couldn't walk. I mean, he couldn't even walk in church. He had to get on a scooter and drive in church on that. He also lost a lot of his cognitive abilities. I mean, it was at a point he took a 3.5-hour cognitive exam with the neurologist, and they pretty much told us, well, you need to call your family in because this is the best he's going to get. He's not going to get any better than this. And, kind of like signing the legal documents is out at this point. So his life changed dramatically. Could no longer drive, couldn't drive a car. So our lives were very different. He was 58 when he had the first stroke, and he had to retire. He had to stop working. He had his own thriving business, and he just couldn't do it anymore. So we became each other's caregivers, I guess, at that point. Well, fast forward to 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, we were introduced to the patch. And I'm going to let him explain to you what benefits and how quickly he received those benefits from the patch.
Yeah, hey, everybody. Let me say this first of all. And I'm sure all y'all can relate to this. Remember the movie Color Purple? When they were in the store, and she said, I was in a real bad way. It got to the point in my life that, not being able to walk around, not being able to drive again, not even able to speak, it changed my life. And the medical industry, they give you this term called, oh, that's your new normal. They wanted me to receive the new normal. Of course, I wasn't because, I love the Lord. I said, you can do anything. You can take care of this. And that's what happened. I prayed the night before, and I was introduced to the patch the next morning. So what does the clue look like? That patch, when I put it on, of course, I didn't feel anything right then and there because of the significance of the injuries I've had. But what happened after I used it about 2 or 3 months, and I had AFib, which causes strokes. And they were giving me medications. So after about 3 months, after taking medication, my AFib episodes were going down. They were decreasing.
After patching.
Yeah, after patching. And the doctor asked me, what are you doing? I told him about the X39. He said, well, just keep on doing it. But then fast forward, I've been on a couple of years now, right? Couple of years. Fast forward, going forward, when I went back to the doctor, he looked at it, he said, I haven't seen this before either. Just like my neurologist said, I haven't seen this before either. Last year on your neurologist, you failed every test, every parameter. This year, you passed everyone. Now, go back to my cardiologist. He said, normally I go and see him every 3 to 6 months. And I was going on for a couple of years. It's the first time in 14 years he said, I can see you back in a year. Oh my God. I was so excited. I left out of the office. I started telling everybody in the waiting room. But I want you all to know that this has dramatically changed my life. Why? Because I was the guy who was sitting at the front door washing everybody's pocketbooks and coats. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't participate. Now I can. I got my life back. So I have a better quality of life. Everybody needs to know about this. whether it's sciatic nerve, whether it's like you say, aneurysm. Hey, and she said something that was important too. She said this is a God-given technology. And I can prove that to you because myself, and my wife and I, we went in to find out who this guy was, the scientist. And he said then in front of us, he said, his name was David Smith. He said, when they asked me who invented this, he said it was the Lord Jesus Christ. Yeah. He said that.
Yeah, he did.
And you don't hear people say that, you know. So I knew he knew something then. He said, so the government told him he can't put that down on his patents. He said, well, it's the truth. He said, but you can't do it. He said, well, isn't Jesus a man? They couldn't know how to respond to him, but he said, okay, just put my name down there because this is the government. He said, but I'm telling you all right now, the Lord, if it wasn't for him telling me how to put this together, just be able to get this patch work to turn on each one of our stem cells. Your stem cells are your stem cells. Mine are mine, my wife's hers. So when you use the patch, don't tell them how long it take or how short it will take. It will work. Mm-hmm. If you do according to what the instructions say, I'm telling you right now, I have a better quality of life. The young lady a while ago with the aneurysm has a better quality of life. So I want you all to know right now, I got my ability to drive, I can speak, and I can walk better now. You know what I'm saying? I use the scooter if I'm going to like a football game or a basketball game, you know, with long distance. But other than that, hey, I'm feeling great right now. So I just want to thank you all, and I want you all to appreciate it. And I want you to know this. Tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
You got to. Yeah. This is a God-given technology.
Yeah.
Well, God bless y'all. I appreciate it. And if you got any questions for me, please reach out to me.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Tomlin. That is that is an awesome story. And for also on the line, I saw this couple here. I done seen them in Henrico. I done seen them in Atlanta. I done seen them in Florida. They are movers and shakers for Lifeway. You cannot deter them from this because, like the Tomlin said, this is a God sent thing right here. He prayed, and what happened? The next day, God sent the answer.
Yes,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And you both of you look great. You really do. You really do.
Thank you.
So this little star of the show right here is doing this thing, y'all.
Yeah.
So again, thank you again, and we'll see you in, if not Florida, we'll see you in Atlanta.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
All right. Okay. All right. We're gonna move on and keep it going because I'm so excited right now. I'm so full of joy because God is really doing this for his people. For who gonna say yes, he's doing it for them. Okay, so we're gonna keep it going and we're going to it's a little cold, y'all. We're going up further west, north, Midwest. We're gonna go to Chicago. That windy city, Chicago. And we're going to ask Miss Calla Robinson if she would come on and share what her Lifeway journey is. And tell us first what you experienced before you got to this excellent product that has changed your life. Miss Calla, you come on. Do I have you muted? If you unmute your line. Just the bottom left, Miss Calla, unmute your line. Yes, I see your face. I need you to unmute your line.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Loud and clear. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for the opportunity to share. Good evening, Lifeway family. I am Calla Robinson, and I am excited to have my life improved. I am just a little bit south of Chicago in Lansing, Illinois. And I met Lee Malloy and Susie with another company, and their reputation precedes them. I know them to be of good character, and integrity means a lot. At that time, and my background is in the health and wellness industry. I am proud to say I've lived 72 trips around the sun, and I'm semi-retired. This year, I started the year off with a literal bang. I had a car accident and fractured my sternum. Now, initially, when I started taking the using the patches, it's about 2 years or so ago, and I was looking for relief from neck pain. I used the patch, and the I was Susie told me wait until the morning and take it because it sometimes gives you energy. And I was so excited I didn't want to wait. I took it put it on that night, and I felt better the next morning. And because of feeling better that fast, and I had tried so many other things, and this worked so quickly, I decided, okay, this is something that I'm going to do and have it on a regular basis. So I joined as a brand partner so that I would be able to get it at a discount. But now, fast forward into January 1st, I totaled my car. I slightly fractured my sternum, and I went to the hospital, and they found a 4 centimeter aneurysm in my aorta, and that was frightening. So when I got home, I used the patch. I put it right on my chest, and here we are, 1st of February, 1 month later. I'm driving the car. I'm not feeling any pain, and I am pretty much back to my normal activities for the most part. I'm excited about the opportunity to share and to be able to have walked away from that accident and tell you about it today. So I think the best part about this patch is the results that I have yet to realize. And with consistency, I'm sure that will be my next blessing. Thank you, Susie.
Thank you, Ms. Kawa. Wow. I'm just like, okay, what else? But we just have to open up our mouth and just share the beauty of the X39. Cal, I'm grateful to you for saying yes. And look what's happening now because you said yes. Look the lives that you are touching. So I thank you so much.
I want to back up and say one more thing
Yes, ma'am.
about Susie's character. She is not a pushy salesperson. She's persistent. And when she's passionate, she's relentless. And I appreciate her because I told her at first I wasn't interested, and I found all kind of reasons to not pay attention. But it was something about her her disposition and her calmness. And I'm sure those of you that have done anything with her know her to be one of integrity. But she has never said anything that was not true. And I trust her, and I know that if she's doing this, it's the right thing to do. And then I found out for myself by having a personal experience. So again, I thank you, Susie.
Wow. Cal, I am grateful. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. This is a passion for me. And because I know what it has done for me, my husband, and all the people I have patched, it's a no-brainer for me. I have to keep this going and share the opportunity with those. Even if you say no, I'm going to still continue. You're not going to stop me from sharing this opportunity. So I thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ms. Cowell. And again, I want to make another disclaimer again. Lifeway do not intend to treat, cure, diagnose, or heal any or prevent any sickness diseases. So these are the personal testimony of the individual that you just heard from tonight, and they wanted to share what the benefit of and the power of the X39 has done for them. So we're gonna keep this going again, and we're gonna go to Michigan, and we're gonna ask Miss Doris Haskin to come on and share her LifeWay testimony. But first, share what you was experiencing or going through before the X39 came into your life. Miss Doris, if you could unmute your line. And share your video so we can see your pretty face. I see you, Miss Doris. There we go.
I'm finally here. Oh, thank you so much for allowing me to share, Susie. I'm here in Michigan, and we've had our snow, not as much ice, but it's been a blessing. It stopped for a moment, and we're clearing out the streets quite a bit. But for me, what started me on the journey with this wonderful company was the fact that I had had some injuries to my brain, and I looked at needing to be aggressive about changing that, because basically the doctors had said, "Oh, it might go away, it might stay there forever," and so forever wasn't something that I was eager to hear. Utilizing the patch, X39, I got relief with that. But also, as I was getting that relief, I noticed my vision was getting a little foggy. At night, when I was driving, the lights that were coming toward me from the other cars were too bright. And so I went to the doctor, the eye doctor, and they looked at where I was with my numbers, and they said, we were going to watch you. I said, okay. I do it every 6 month visit with the eye doctors. A number of things are going on there. And so in 6 months later, when I went back, those numbers had moved from where they were in the teens to where they were into single digits. The doctor at that time said oh, this is good. He said, come back in 6 months again. And he says, but right now, the surgery and or eye drops was off the table. And at this wonderful age of us over 7 times around the sun there, I was pleased. I was very pleased and thankful. Grateful for the people that took the energy to make sure that I tried those patches and got the best results. So thank you so much, Susie, for allowing me to share.
Wow, thank you, Miss Doris. That is an awesome testimony. Now, are y'all hearing this? Are y'all seeing this? This is the power and the benefit of the X39. These testimonies are phenomenal right here, and some are unbelievable. So I am so grateful to my senior brand partner who introduced this opportunity to me and my husband. Next month will be 3 years, and we have seen great results with blood pressure getting back in normal range. Pain decreased the very first day we put the patch on. Vision, my readers right here, they used to be a 2.0, now they're 1.25. And I'm waiting patiently until I like boop. And I had a couple of surgeries on my gums. And the nurse, after you come out of the surgery, they ask you, are you in pain? And I tell them no. They couldn't believe it. I didn't take any of those pain pills they gave me. My husband and I went both to IHOP and ate breakfast the very next few minutes right after surgery. And my husband, like I said, he had blood pressure issue and blood pressure came in normal range. I used to have acid reflux 10 plus years, and I have not had an acid reflux incident since I've been using this X39 right here. What else? Is energy. Oh my gosh, energy, better night's sleep. It's just amazing what this patch is going to do. We don't know what it's going to do for you, but we just ask you to be open-minded and just give it a try. And we're going to see, are you going to see the results, because long-term use, it's going to produce results. Okay. So if I would be amiss if I don't introduce my senior brand partner to this line tonight. He is Mr. Lee Malloy. He's all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. This is a man that I truly have come to over 10 plus years of knowing another business. He's a man of God. He's a man of integrity. I trust him when he brought it to me because I know him. I know he would not bring me any mess. So I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Lee Malloy and let him give us some closing remarks tonight. Mr. Lee Malloy, have the floor.
Well, good evening, everybody. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. And one of the things that I truly live for in this business is testimonies. And when you hear these testimonies and how good God has been to people through the X39, gave them hope. They found hope when they had no hope, as I did myself. It's just amazing. But we want to be, would just like to let you know that Miss Susie is a phenomenal woman. She and her husband, they're a phenomenal couple, and their hearts are always in the right place. And they're just ethical and everything that you can think of. They're just phenomenal. They're honest. Uh, they just have a heart to help people, and that's what we need. And when if you think about it, you ask yourself, well, what good are we as people if we can't help somebody? Because it doesn't cost anything. You know, and if I could sing, my song would be, I said I wasn't going to tell nobody, but I couldn't keep it to myself. And so I'm proud and pleased with the testimonies that we've gotten, the lives that we've been able to touch. And so there's just nothing better than that. And in saying that, we really want to be um, aware of the time and your time. We realize you could have been any place on this evening, but yet you found yourself here to hear and get some knowledge and understand what is happening for other people. And just to understand that the founder himself said that Jesus Christ was responsible for this X39. And that's giving credit to the powers that be. He took no credit for himself. And so when we look at this little patch, we don't think much of it. But when we use it, we can't help but talk about it. So having said that, we're going to give you back your evening. We want you to know that we are privileged for the honor of your time this evening. And we ask you to just stay safe, be careful in the snow and ice, because we got a lot of snow here in the Atlanta area. So having said that, we're going to give you back your night, and we're going to say good night to everybody. We will be back again on third Sunday with new testimonies, and it's something you don't want to miss. Bring a friend, invite somebody. And I think if we have new people on the Zoom on third Sunday, if they've never used the patch, maybe we'll make it possible and we may give them a couple of patches to try for themselves. Okay. So having said that, we're just going to say good night, everybody. Have a truly blessed one. Have a blessed week. Stay safe, stay warm, and accident free. Susie?
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to say thank you to all the guests tonight who shared their testimony. They were awesome, and I am so grateful that you said yes to the call tonight. So with that said, we're gonna see you next third Sunday. Again, write a friend, write a family member, because they have to hear the power and the benefits of the X39. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.